Before we get started today, we have wheel spins, which at this point I don't know why I even do them on video anymore, because I always get better stuff when I'm not recording. Honestly, not a bad roll. This one I can definitely complain about. And one last wheel spin. Could have been better, but whatever. Now, what we're doing today is we have the 1971 Skyline GT-R, the original Skyline GT-R. What we're doing is I made a drift car out of it, rear wheel drive, mind you, which I don't do very often. We're going to take it down the drift zone here, show you guys what it can do, show you guys how it handles, how it drives, all that fun stuff. Then we're going to take it on over to the festival, give you guys the build and tune and the share code, because you guys want share codes now. If I forget to do that in this video, and that there's a very good chance that I will, leave a comment and I will get back to you as soon as I can with the share code for this car. So let's do it. Okay, that didn't take long. It just broke traction immediately, which, alright. So earlier when I said I don't make rear wheel drive drift cars very often, that is because most of the time I'm drifting in game is like competition, or I'm trying to top PBs in drift zones, and like all-wheel drive cars are simply better for racking up a high number of points really fast. Okay, that right there, I kind of had to I was like, oh, I don't want the rear bumper to clip that rock and send the back end flying up in the air. But yeah, so back to what I was saying. So the all-wheel drive cars are just simply better for accumulating a large number of points quickly in drift zones and stuff like that, in comparison to the rear-wheel drive cars. But like if I'm on here just cruising with buddies, messing around, I'll bring out a rear-wheel drive car and just kind of cruise around with them. That's why you don't see very many rear-wheel drive drift cars being posted on the channel that often. This car, like, honestly, transitions super smooth. It's easy to handle. The gear ratios are pretty good. Fourth gear's a bit lengthy, but like realistically, most of the time drifting, you're gonna be 1, 2, 3. So it's not that big of a deal if fourth gear gets a little lengthy, and low RPMs you can't hold the slide, because you're not really gonna touch fourth gear very often. But it's very easy to handle. It's very easy to slip into the corners. Here we are on the final stretch. We might be able to crack 1,000,000 points in a rear-wheel drive drift car right now. It's not very often that I do that, but it's a possibility. Either way, like 900,000 plus is excellent drift car through this drift zone. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna hit it. Damn close though. Damn close. 991,000. That is what I like to see right there. So now let's head on over to the festival. Give you guys the build, give you guys a tune. And the share code. I remembered. We're gonna do the share code first before I forget. Let's see. This is a drift car. Pretty good for handling. We'll just do that. Drift. I'm gonna share that. Now we're gonna head on down over here. Don't judge me for my username, because I made this account when I was like 8 years old, 7 years old, something like that. Share code for the rear wheel drive drift Skyline is 108-923-419. One more time, that is 108-923-419. Yeah, let's get on into the building tune. Starting with the engine swap, we pulled out the original, swapped it out for an RB26, the 2.6 liter inline 6 twin turbo. Rear wheel drive. I put the wide body kit on. I thought it looked cool. You don't have to if you don't want to. Entirely up to you. Then moving on to aero pieces. Once again, do whatever you want. Entirely up to you, but I will show you what I have. So I have the stock front bumper, have the race rear wing, and I did the delete on the rear bumper. Just because of the front end, the intercooler takes it off, so it's like, may as well take the back one off too, because then it looks weird if I don't. Just my internal thought process when making this car. And then it's like, oh, without that, the back looks bare. Slap the spoiler on there. Yeah, entirely up to you on the aero. Then the drift tire compound. Got two 25mm front tires, two 85mm rear tires. And then as far as wheels, entirely up to you. You can do whatever you want. I put the Fisk FM10s, which are in the sport rim style. And as far as the size of the wheels, I left them stock, in my personal opinion. Anything above 16 kind of looks funky. You could probably get by with 17, like that's not horrible, but anything above 16 looks a little funky. So I left them with the 14s. So, up to you. You can do whatever you want. If you want to put 22s, you can put 22s. All the power to you. Race clutch. Race transmission, 7-speed. Race driveline. And drift differential. Moving on over, we have race brakes. Drift suspension. Race front anti-roll bars. Race rear anti-roll bars. No roll cage, and race weight reduction. Moving on over to the engine bits, we have the race intake, race fuel system, race ignition, race exhaust, race cams and valves, race valves. I'm reading again. I try not to do that. Sometimes, like, I'll catch myself reading. Cams and valves. Not that this is incorrect. Normally, I would just say race cam. But I caught myself reading. Yeah, race valves. race twin turb ski. If you want, you could throw the anti-lag on. Entirely up to you. As long as it's a race setup. We have race pistons, race engine block, race intercooler, race oil and cooling, race flywheel, and because I have the gut feeling that I missed something in the engine, like I skipped over something, everything here is race. Moving on to the tune, tire pressure is 30 front and back. Gearing, 2.20 final drive, 4.80 first gear, 2.59 second gear, 1.70 third gear, 1.28 fourth gear, 1.0 fifth gear, 0.84 sixth gear, and 0.67. I'm not saying those numbers individually because my dumbass brain-rotted friends irritate the shit out of me. I'm not falling into this. If you guys are watching this, I'm not falling into that. Yeah, 7th gear. If you need to, pause the video, match yours up, and resume it. Alignment. For the front, we have 5.0 camber and negative 1.5 in the rear. For the toe, positive 2.6 outward in the front, zeroed out for the rear. Front caster angle of 7. For the anti-roll bars, we have 26.3 in the front and 13.9 in the rear. Springs, we have... My mind just major brain fart right now. I don't know what's up with that. 430.2 in the front for the springs, 270.6 in the rear. Ride height is 6.9. Nice. I will fall into that one. In the front and 6.3 in the rear. Damping. For the rebound, it's 11.7 in the front, 9.9 in the rear. For the bump, it is 7.3 in the front, 5.6 in the rear. Aero, if you gotta leave it stock. Braking. 100% balance towards the front, 102% pressure, differential, 90% acceleration, 3% deceleration, and that's it for the build and tune. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back outside, and then we're going to get away from this copyright music, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go do donuts, because that's how we end off all the videos around here. Ah, see, I told you guys, I can hit that. I can do this loop. Hold on, let me... My controller is definitely still connected. Just turn it off. I can... Okay, let me get the mouse. So I can hit this loop here in a drift car. I think in the last video where I tried that, I completely wrecked it right there. But I like try to do that in most videos, and most of the time I hit it, but there's a couple times where I just completely bit it and hit the wall. Now we do donuts, because that's how we end them. Maybe second gear, but yeah, that gives me a little more rev range. All that said and done, thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. That is all for me today.